Hello and welcome to Mirabella's kitchen. Today I'm making a turkey chili tater tot bowl. This dish is my take on a dish I had 2 years ago, and it was one of those meals that you look back on and you're like, man, I wish I could really have that again. And so I decided I'm just going to try to make it myself. And this is very hearty, it's very filling, and I love it. I start by prepping my spice mixture. So I start with 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. Next, I prepare 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground oregano, and a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I mix that all together and set it aside. Next, I prepare 2 cups of beef stock. I open 1 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. After that, I strain and rinse 2 cans of black beans. I set everything aside so it's prepared and ready to go for when I'm ready to add everything into the pot and get everything going. So this is very important to my workflow when I'm cooking, is having most of my items prepped. So while that was being prepped, I had the oven preheating. I'm putting 2 packages of tater tots into the oven. I am baking them to package directions. Not at that tater tot homemade game yet. I will get there. This is a journey that we're on together. After that, I start prepping the toppings. So I have 2 stalks of green onions and I have 1 beefsteak tomato that I'm dicing. While this is being prepped, I have a saute pan heating up over medium heat. And while I'm prepping this tomato, I am missing desperately my primary chef knife I use that is off being repaired. And I cannot wait to be reunited with it, and hopefully that's very soon. Everything's prepped, ready to go. I put 2 pounds of ground turkey into the hot saute pan, and I do an initial seasoning of coarse kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. Then I start to ground everything up. I take a wooden spatula and I start chopping everything up into little pieces with the end of it, and then I'm going to season it again with some more salt and some more pepper. Because the first time I only got half of it. After it's all cooked so there's no pink left, I add the spice mixture and I mix it very well in with the ground turkey so it becomes crumbly. Then I slowly add the beef stock. I add a little bit and then I stir it because the flour in the mixture and the beef stock and the heat will combine and thicken the stock and make it a thicker consistency. Once all the stock is added and it starts to boil, I add the crushed tomatoes and mix well. Once the crushed tomatoes and stock starts to boil again, I then add the black beans and mix that all together very well. I let that cook for 15 minutes. I will stir it occasionally and turn it down to low because it sometimes can start to burn at the bottom if it's on a higher heat. While everything's cooking, I shred some sharp cheddar cheese. And I take the tater tots out of the oven because they have been cooking and I want them to cool slightly before preparing the dishes. After 15 minutes, I start to prepare the dishes. So the bottom of the bowl, tater tots. Next, I do 2 generous scoops of the turkey chili. Small amount of cheese. a dollop of sour cream, two dollops maybe, sprinkling of the green onion, and some of the diced tomato. I pair this dish with salad with homemade salad dressing, and that's turkey chili tater tot bowls. Thank you for joining me. I publish new videos on cooking every Wednesday.